What's up? It's your boy Super Mario 1990 coming at you with The Matrix Resurrections Trailer 2 reaction. This is the second trailer for The Matrix Resurrections, which honestly, in my eyes, we don't even need a second trailer. That first trailer was more than enough. I'm overhyped, man. I'm pumped for this movie. And this is from coming from having low expectations going into the sequel because the last two sequels that they made for The Matrix to me was just flat out horrible. It was to the point where I just wish The Matrix was a one and done movie because the first one's such a masterpiece, revolutionized action movies in Hollywood, I feel like. And so the sequels were just like very disappointing, didn't hit the mark at all, and I just really felt like they didn't happen. Like even in my collection, like I own The Matrix on Blu-ray and that's it. I don't even own the other two. I just pretend that didn't even happen. So when I was going into the trailer of the fourth Matrix, the third sequel, I was like, we should not be doing this again. Y'all didn't do a good job the other two times. Why come back? But that trailer was amazing. It looks like it's taking the Matrix back to its roots, to the very first Matrix. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we got. We're going to get some more. Maybe it's going to tell us more. I'm hoping to not see a lot of recycled sequences from the first trailer, but we'll see. I mean, either way, I'm sold on the movie. Either way, I'll be checking it out day one because it comes to HBO and HBO Max at the same exact time it comes into theaters, which is December 22nd or 23rd, I believe. It's sometime around Christmas. I think it's the 22nd of December. It's going to be in Christmas. I mean, it's going to be in theaters. It's going to be in IMAX as well. And then HBO Max, of course. And I think the HBO Max thing is 30 days. So while it's already in theaters, it'll be available on HBO Max the first 30 days if you're subscribed to it or have HBO Max on cable or whatever, which I do. So I'll be checking it out from the crib day one. I can't wait for it. But we're going to check out this trailer and then I will give y'all my impressions afterwards.
We can't see it.
It's looking real nice visually
We're
already.
all trapped inside these strange
The
repeating
blue light,
loops.
man. Neo Trinity.
Billions of people just living out their lives.
Oblivious.
Agents Go.
But this is the moment for you to show us what is real.
Is that Neo pointing a gun at himself? Like old school Neo?
I remember this.
We need guns. Lots of guns.
So deja vu. And yet it's obviously all wrong. Maybe this isn't the story we think it is.
They taught you good. Made you believe their world was all you deserved. And some part of you knew that was a lie. Some part of you remembered what was real.
It's so easy to forget how much noise the Matrix pumps into your head.
Sound like Jada.
Something else makes the same kind of noise. War.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's alright. Ain't she old? Agent in the Matrix like that? Niobe, that was her name.
What happens to Neo?
I like that hallway scene. That's gonna be tight.
Choice in Neo's life. It's not his to make.
She believed in me. It's my turn to believe in her.
Part of me feels like I have been waiting my whole life for you.
You want to see Trinity again? Fight for her!
I saw this in a dream. My dream ended here.
Oh. Oh, nice.
We still don't come through.
Yeah, December 22nd. Okay. Okay, this trailer looks good too. I still like the first trailer better though. The first trailer was really good, and that song, White Rabbit. You can tell the Wachowski brothers bit a lot of stuff off of that song when they did the first Matrix. So that song went with the movie and the trailer so well. Yeah, we still looking good, man. I'm wondering if it undoes the sequels to the Matrix too. Like that would be nice, so nice for me because like I said, I hated Reloaded, I hated Revolutions. Revolutions is like the worst sequel I ever saw in my life. And no, I haven't forgotten about Speed 2. Revolutions was that bad. Like even Speed 2, I would watch 3 times over, but Revolutions was just horrible. And this is looking really good. You obviously want to know how Trinity's still alive. It seems like somewhere along the line what you thought you saw within the trilogy, somewhere along the line, something got thrown off. Something really wasn't what it seemed. That's what it seems like in this trailer that they're trying to convey. This young Morpheus. What I'm scared of is if we find out that like he's like the true Morpheus and the Lawrence Fishburne Morpheus that we've been watching in the first 3 films ain't really real. He was probably like leading Neo astray somehow, which is kind of hard to see how that trilogy went, at least from what I remember, because I only saw Revolutions twice. I saw Reloaded like a handful of times, and I mean I don't know. I do remember it just led to a war, and then Neo had this 1 hour long fight with the agent at the very end. That was just a snooze fest, but whatever. Nonetheless, he sacrificed his life supposedly, but obviously he's back and Trinity's back. So I can't wait to see how they tie all that in together. And I really do hope that like it undoes Reloaded and Revolutions, because even if I'm sure Resurrections will tie every movie in together, of course, because I mean it's part of a set. But it still doesn't make me want to go back and own Reloaded or Revolutions on Blu-ray. I'm sorry, I just won't. I will get Resurrection. This one looks really good. But man, I can't wait to see it, man. And visually too, it looks stunning because it's the Matrix. It's supposed to be. Because the first movie, like I said, was so revolutionary. Like everything that you see in action movies now comes from the very first Matrix. Like the slow motion, the bullet time stuff they had, the rotating cameras. To me, what's crazy in action movies, they always give Michael Bay props for the whole rotating camera, but I've seen it in The Matrix first. Like, Michael Bay was making a few movies before The Matrix, but he didn't do the rotating cam thing until Bad Boys 2, which was released years after the first Matrix. So it's like, really, The Matrix should get props for that. And I mean, maybe they didn't go a whole 360 and like, because Michael Bay overdid it. He goes the whole way with it. He does 720s, 180s. He just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, and he overdoes it in each movie. Like the Matrix was like a little subtle with it, and I don't remember seeing a lot of movies really do that. But Matrix did it in such a cool way, and adding these like slow motion effects. The CGI was at that time still really good. Like at that time, it was. Cause CGI, it's kind of crazy, like being older and watching older movies, and you're like, man, CGI was real bad back then. You was mesmerized, but you see it now, especially with all these MCU movies and how good they do it. It's like, dang, this stuff was really flawed back then. You can go back and watch The Matrix, and The Matrix still holds up as far as CGI effects, as far as just being a visually stunning film. It still holds up perfectly. And I remember me and my brother, we had that on because back at that time it was 99, so it was like DVDs. People were starting to migrate to DVDs, but it was still pretty much like VHS. So me and my brother, we had dubbed it on a tape from watching it on pay-per-view, and we would watch it in our VCR so many times. And then my dad bought the Blu-ray copy, and then we would play his he bought the DVD copy, DVD at the time. And we was like, man, it looks better on DVD, but it still looked good on VHS. But it's like you can see the improvements on DVD. And then when they made the Blu-ray, I copped the Blu-ray like the first day they converted The Matrix into Blu-ray. I'm like, man, it looks really good. It's the same exact movie, but it keeps looking better and better and better. But you go back to it, and it's like this movie still holds up as far as being a visually stunning film. And you see the trailer here, it's still going to look that good. And as far as visuals go, like with CGI and all of that, like I said, MCU does a really good job. The crazy thing about it is, it's hard to really give them props because they do it so well and they do it so effortlessly. They go on a grand scale every single time to the point where you know it's going to happen. It's kind of exhaustive. You kind of really don't give them credit. You know, they look really good all the time, but it's like they just do it so much and they oversaturate. And as far as a visually stunning film, The Matrix, ever since The Matrix, the only other one I've seen really, really good and on par is Inception. And I feel like Resurrections, from what we've seen with the last two trailers here, I feel like Resurrections is going to be right there with them in that same kind of god tier as far as visual effects, CGI, just the color grading, man. Like, everything in this film looks really good. The action sequences look fire. They look like I don't know. Like, I don't know how the pacing's gonna be. I know the movie's gonna be 2.5 hours. I had saw like the runtime on AMC or whatever, which is good. That's a good time for The Matrix. I didn't want to see it be like 3 hours like Revolutions was. It's like it's gonna tell a good, concise story. I feel like open-ended story, and it's gonna give you some good action, some cool visual things to look at. And I don't feel like it's gonna be long and drawn out. Like, from what the trailers give us, it looks like a good pacing of storytelling, character development. The love story with Neo and Trinity is there, and it's explored, I feel like, in the same tone and manner that it was in the very first film, which I think is like one of the main things that drove the first film. Of course, it was like the philosophies and the metaphors too, which Matrix 2 and 3 did not do a whole lot of at all, which is why I feel like it paled in comparison to the first film. And the action in the first film, like I said, it was revolutionary, and it was also subtle. Like, you didn't know what was going to come from the bits, just only from the bits that you saw from the trailers back in the day, like way back in the day, like the TV spots, if anybody remembers those. Because I was telling my parents, I want to see this movie. I don't know what it's about, but I want to see it. It looks really cool. Like, they doing some crazy stuff. You can see bullets come out of the gun. I ain't never seen a movie do that before. And they like, Keanu Reeves is in it from Speed, and Lawrence Fishburne's in it from Boys in the Hood. Like, we love Lawrence Fishburne. They like, nah, I don't know. I don't want to spend money on that. So I never got to see it in the theaters. I only got to see it on pay-per-view on Thanksgiving. And then I showed them, and they was like, man, you was right. This is a good movie. But like, it's looking fire, y'all. Like, the action and everything. It looks like it's gonna be, I think, evenly paced and well-rounded all the way through. So I feel like the tone and everything, like I said, is bringing it back to its roots from the first Matrix, which I think, in a lot of people's opinion, was the best film out of the trilogy. You probably did like the sequels too. I'm in the category where I like none of them. I wish they were never made. But we're getting Resurrections. It's going to resurrect the Matrix, hopefully. I think it will. I think it's going to be a good movie. I can't wait to see it day one. I'm going to check it out. I'm also going to do a review. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm really confident in that. Nothing less than a 9. The way it's looking, like, this movie can't go wrong. I don't feel like it can go wrong. I'm expecting some shocks, some twists. I'm expecting to be odd. I'm expecting to, like, kind of be taken back too. Like, a lot of nostalgia in this film, a lot of callbacks, a lot of like set pieces are looking like they come straight out of the first Matrix as well. Like, just certain settings, the rooftop when, you know, Trinity was like, dodge this, and, you know, they was trying to save Morpheus from that building. I feel like I see that building. I feel like I see that lobby with the SWAT team and, you know, him and Trinity. That was like my favorite shootout of all time. It was like in that lobby after the whole "we need guns, lots of guns," that scene right there. I hope they kind of like recreate that some type of way. But I'm liking that motorcycle scene I saw. Like, old girl with the blue hair flipping and, you know, cartwheeling off of the walls in a little narrow hallway. That reminded me of Inception with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I can't wait to see that scene, man. This new Morpheus cat, to see what he has to offer to the film, and to see, like I said, man, this new Morpheus cat, he real mysterious, because it's like, there's a reason why you got a different actor for him. And then Trinity's supposed to be dead, but she's back all of a sudden. So there are reasons for that. And even Lawrence Fishburne, the actor who originally played Morpheus, of course, he said he never got invited back. They never even talked to him about it. So creatively, this has already been a thing. So it obviously factors in the story somehow. I just can't wait to see how, you know, what they reveal. Like I say, man, can't wait for this movie, y'all. This is gonna be up there with the first Matrix. I feel like it's gonna be like a notch down, maybe because for nostalgia's sake, but I think, like I said, it'll be right up there. Visually, it looks stunning. The action sequences look great. I'm liking the cast, of course. Liking what they gonna do, how they gonna resurrect it. Keanu Reeves been on the road, bro. Like, he resurrected the Matrix. He doing I think 2022 he's supposed to have John Wick Chapter 4 come out. There's already been confirmation of a John Wick Chapter 5. So, and the way I see it, John Wick just can't miss. So I'm cool with that. You know, so it's like, man, what else is he gonna bring back? Is he gonna bring back Speed 3? Like, is he gonna make a way to like try to find a way to be in Point Break 2? Like, what else is he gonna do, man? Like, Keanu Reeves cannot lose at this moment. He was a part of Cyberpunk 2077, and a lot of people, you know, don't like the game. A lot of people do like the game, but nobody ever faulted Keanu Reeves for nothing. It was like, hey, it's cool to have him in the game. But make sure with Super Mario 1990, let me know if y'all looking forward to this Matrix Resurrections. I know I am. What was your favorite? You know what? Don't even answer that. You got to be crazy to like Reloaded or Revolutions over the first one. That's just crazy. But man, this your boy Super Mario 1990. I can't wait to see this film, and I'm out. Peace in.